Hi, I'm laying down from my back had my back has arthritis flare today, so I'm laying down even though I'm awake. I already washed part of myself and had breakfast, so all I could do really is lay down to cope with the pain. So to cope with the pain, I'm laying down while I'm also thinking about my life, about my future, about housing, about unemployment, about the child in the silence who says that there is no money. So I really, um, my documents are missing. My documents for employment are missing. My documents for going to schedule an appointment for a surgery, towards surgery treatment. Um, Also, the concern from the ones around me is wedding a lot, wedding as if my survival depends not on USCIS's identification cards for employment, nor on any religion or church to accept me into their congregation, but nor on me moving to Mexico to get my own, to get clients, to get money, because they have made me like a reputation of a pleasure worker without me being aware until I have to clear my reputation this way, until I find myself so objectified. On Thanksgiving, I have to, I just, my family was yanked away from me, my son. I was alone without family for 4 days because I consider my son my family. Anyway, I already talked about that. But, what I'm trying to, I'm trying to resolve is the fact that my social life is so like, I was reading Nelson Mandela, and if you read that, what things should not happen to someone in isolation, the sort of isolation is happening to me, in the inability to plan my future. That's where I'm really concerned, because I'm in pain and I can't schedule for surgery, and I can't schedule to get my papers, because the solution for now, my nicely enough, my ex-immigration attorney returned my call, is now to chase the lost documents. So I'll be here chasing lost documents for how long, while people around me are pressuring me for payment, for money, for 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 living expenses that I don't have to pay. I don't have any money to pay them, nor do I have any uh current identification. And so seems they want me to become maybe wedded to someone for a living. So is that since 2012 they have, I thought that the great pressure for a wedding or um had to do with they were punishing me for believing that I had denied a divorce. But now maybe seems to do with the economy, with living. So I'm a single adult. My son is a single adult. We're both mother son adults. We're both single. We're both adults. We share living space. We don't live in the same bedroom. We have two separate bedrooms. And if a male wants to hire me as his wife to be employed as a wife because they have stolen my documents for employment. They say that I should not go across the border for employment. And here they want to, I don't know, what male wants to find himself in my mind, where I make it clear that no, you could never have that place in my heart because there isn't that place for a soulmate or something like that in my heart with a lover. Like, I'm simply a mother. That is why I stayed alive. You know who I chose instead of a lover? LSD. What LSD feels like in my brain and in this gland that is near my heart. The heart is the pump, but the joy, the happiness, the greatest pleasure in living and existing was not. I was not looking for a life partner. The life partner thought was so repellent to me that I found my joy in going to the rave and taking that LSD, and that's where I, even though I had a near death experience the first time, I did it again. And so that's what biggest drug heart in the world, I guess, until my pregnancy. Until my pregnancy. And I only made it to 3 raves. And I think there were like months in between raves where the rave would help me to not feel suicidal afterwards. So the effect of the antidepressant effect of the LSD will wear out, and then I want to kill myself again or try to get me deported so I could start planning my future across the border. Here I was in limbo until I turned 18 years old. So that was extremely depressing to me. Um yeah, my brain could not abridge the disparities, so I had to try to kill myself. And that was okay with everybody's. After my pregnancy, I became very obedient to the controlled substance ordinances, like extremely obedient, even to people's whims. Like, sister, don't wear nail polish. That's that's whores. That's hookers. That's Jezebel. Okay. Oh, sister, don't wear those Don't wear your legs without stockings because your flesh, your skin is exposed. You have to cover them up. And I'm like, okay, or you're Jezebel. And I just, was like this terror to be Jezebel from like every opinion I gathered to create my virtuous character, you know. So I was extremely obedient to not only the law of the land about substances, but also to the law of women, men, of whoever in the congregation wanted to be my friend and go talk with me and influence me while talking, about whatever. So, um, so that's how I function. That's how I go from here to there. Peer pressure, arrangements that I make myself with them, and so some people unfortunately have been deceived because I feel like my exposing myself on the internet without copyright made some people deceive others about me, and so I apologize if you have been a victim of some misconception about getting together with me here in trade manner. On this side of the border in USA, I'm not available to do that, and I've never been across the border in Mexico since I was 10 or 11 years old. So it's as if I have a reputation for a profession or a career that I am unable to employ. I am unable to carry out here, despite others making you believe that I might have. Um, Whoever you are, I'm sorry. I was not aware. Now, what I have to do here seems I have to petition someone who I guess anybody, I don't know. It's as if I have to become, um, they're making me feel the economy is so that I have to uh, be hired as a wife. Well, I asked that my son lives with us too, because already Joey, my from Royal Oak, already suggested, okay, I have a room for you. You go live here with me, near me. I said, no way, because my son has to live with us. And so that's where if somebody else wants me near them, my son has to go with us too. And so if that's how I pay for housing by being someone's wife, well, I have to be a wife that pays for two bedrooms. So that's where I guess yeah, the problem is with me about mm, not having created a step family for ourselves. I was pregnant at the age of 16, and then I went to obey out of um, out of love. Really, I love my baby so much. I didn't want to die anymore. I wanted him to live forever. I wanted him to have the best life possible. And so I wanted to become as good and as pleasing to others as I could, so that they'd be nice to him, so that they'd be nice to me. You know, it's like I'll start being as pleasing to others as I could, in turn they'll love me. Well, in turn they felt like they had the right to so much, like this. I don't know who might propose to us both, if somebody already somewhat proposed to me, because to me a wedding, it's not so much signing a paper, but him asking or offering to live together that way, like that is as close as big a deal as can get for someone to propose it to someone else, and but the issue is where i i'm um, I'm willing um to just move away and let my son stay living here, because i I don't like the way that my sister's biological father's personality has become. um Helped to misguide in raising her, helped to misguide. And my mom was beat up too. I was victim of police brutality. I guess my mom was victim of some brutality in her bedroom, because it's she got bruises in her bedroom. And um, when I tried to talk to my family, like my sister, my mom, like we all might be in some uh, like somebody might have weapons on us or something like that, because all of them cannot give me an exact explanation as to how things are paid. And my documents for employment are missing. My lawyer's best advice is, well, what do we do? Report them lost. I just talk to friend lines or to 211 for information. But again, my healthcare is so that I lay down too much. And the laying down is controlled with, I simply have to avoid eating gluten, because my intestines become blocked in a way that pushes certain nerve or area in my vertebrae that makes me have to go back to the wheelchair, or go um, lay down more than I be more immobile. So controlling my food intake controls my mobility. However, during my